Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far with the Volk seemingly officially gentleman's agreemented by the pro players. Octane seems to believe that actually they might have got rid of the wrong weapon. It is another weapon in the game, actually far too strong and needs to go as well. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Really up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that one. First of all, I want to mention this from Boston Nero real quick. Anyone need one for the Elite? I imagine this is the Challengers Elite, which I've kind of been surprised as in this mid-season break. I thought that there'd be more Challenger stuff going on to kind of tide the time over to when the Prime Classic is at the start of May. So it's not all that far away, but a couple of weeks' time it's going to be on. But you know, we still have no details about it, right? We were expecting and hoping a community update this week, which maybe has happened by the time this video goes live, or we'll talk about it tomorrow or over the coming days with any luck. Some people are looking at this thing and okay, is he baiting? Like, is he now on the bench or something? Like, that surely can't be the case. So I don't really know. Maybe he can compete in it somehow. Maybe he's talking about another Elite. Thought it was kind of interesting regardless. Wanted to mention this also, speaking of Los Angeles Thieves. I thought this was actually really good and something that, you know, more pro teams should do on a more regular basis, I think. Now, whether streaming this is something that other teams want to do is a bit of a question mark, because lots of people actually argued that, you know, the Optic team, for example, the Optic Texas guys, because they have the Optic, not necessarily the Optic Academy, but the Texas Nation team of, you know, Kismet, Havoc, General, and Brezzy, that were doing so well for so long. They, of course, didn't make it all the way to the Prime Classic, which was a massive surprise to many people, but they won, like, what, 7 online Challengers events in a row. They were a great team that the Optic guys could go up against in Search and Destroy practice, right? You say, okay, look, Texas Nation, we want to scrim you in some Search and Destroy, do it off stream, like, get some great search practice in against a very solid squad, and not have to reveal any strats to other teams, right? Because if you play other teams in Search and Destroy practice, you're going to reveal some of the ideas you're coming up with. So you want to play a team that isn't actually in the Pro League, that you're not going to play at some point in the future. And some were saying that actually that's probably helping the Texas Nation guys get even better and keep up their level, because they got such good professional level practice from teams like Optic Texas. Now, well, Kenny and the Los Angeles Thieves guys, they're playing the CMG Elite. So putting 2 and 2 together, this is probably the Elite that Nero was talking about, right? So there we go. Mystery solved. But the LA Thieves guys were playing Kismet, Havoc, Porlex, Tiny in the finals right out. I think they end up losing it in the end. But again, quite interesting, right, that the entire team, good to see the entire team playing and stuff like this. Whether, you know, I think other teams honestly should do this more often, right? There has been a lot of talk about that the last few seasons. Like, look, the Search and Destroy practice these teams get isn't great because they don't practice it against the other pro teams, right? They play the hard points, they play the controls, that's usually it. Whether they were officially playing Berlin control now, I'm not really sure. But, you know, we've seen, of course, Tusker and Gavutu so far this game. Pretty tragic only having 2 control maps. With any luck, we'll get Berlin control here. I believe the pros seem to think it's good enough. I think the Octane said that he believes Berlin control is, well, at least for Vanguard maps and the kind of caliber of standards that we have, the Vanguard maps, it's actually playable. So hopefully we do get 3 control maps. Of course, 5 hardpoint maps would be ideal. Not something we're probably going to get, though, until more maps get added into the game. But I thought it was a good sign for Thieves to be playing in tournaments like this and getting some more Search and Destroy reps under their belt. Of course, look, on the other side of Los Angeles, plenty of talk about the Volk, the gentleman's agreement that seems to have now come through, as Octane talked about yesterday, or, well, many players have talked about on stream the last few days, that the Volk now is officially gone. So, you know, we're back to a 2-weapon meta, the Auto, the MP40, but arguably, is it actually a 4-weapon meta, because the Sniper is in play, but also the pistol, which is the big discussion over the last few days, really, has been actually, is the Volk the wrong weapon to get rid of? Yes, you know, people like Octane called it unethical, the fact that, you know, very fast strafe speeds, kills incredibly quickly, certainly a very powerful gun, but is the Ratt actually, if anything, slightly too strong? So Octane's been streaming the last few days, he's been making his thoughts very clear on the Ratt, and saying, look, if the Volk's got to go, the Ratt absolutely 100% has to go. Now, is this actually a good idea to get rid of, though? Because the problem is, there's a lot of great pistols in the game. I'm not actually sure, the Ratt might be the best one, but, like, I'm not sure the other pistols, like if there's a 1911 or something, but last year we saw that the 1911 in Black Ops Cold War was ridiculously good. That would 2-shot at relatively close range. This just a disgusting shot here from Cruz all across the map. Arguably a gun, well, it shouldn't really be able to do this, but still it can. We also saw, you know, Cellium on Gavutu as well. He quite likes doing the thing on the kind of boat thing in the middle of the map. You go up the ladder, pull out the pistol, gun someone all the way across the map. It's something which is possible. Should it be possible? I don't know. But the pistols in the last few games have been very strong. Octane reckons it's got to go.
I deserve that. Oh, man. Wait, did he pistol me? Good thing we GA the Volk. Good thing the Volk's getting GA'd, right? That's the real criminal right there, dude. The rat.
Bombing the bomb.
I'm dying. Slowly and surely on the
bomb
inside.
is in place.
Good try, Lockley. You almost had it. I believe there for a second. Yeah, I don't know how the Ratt hasn't been GA'd yet. That's impressive. Yeah, the Ratt's actually the most criminally overlooked gun in this whole game. This thing is ridiculous. I don't know how that's been GA'd yet. You can complain about it on Twitter, still to get good. Yeah, the Ratt's the most OP weapon in this game. Will not be swaying or told otherwise. No scope.
2, 1.
Coward. I gotta no scope him, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Does that count?
What the? Okay.
Does that count?
What
That don't count. Because you didn't use your
What did
AR.
I just watch? What was that?
It's the Ratt, not GA'd, by the way.
Bomb defused.
Yeah, how is that
No,
not GA?
no.
Not
If that
GA'd,
thing
by the
was
way.
GA'd, I would lose full.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because we wouldn't have anything to fight back with.
Whoa, what are you going?
It makes sense because
Happy?
you know, but
Bro,
but then at
what?
the
All
same
those
time,
OP,
like
no, it is OP, but like
the automatons got to do it all glass. You
What are you
realize that?
talking about? What are you talking about, Tom? Stick to streaming, bro.
You got
The problem is, right, if you get rid of the Ratt, what exactly is replacing it, right? Because I don't know how many other good pistols there are in the game, but I think some people have said that the other pistols, if anything, are even better than the Ratt. But the Ratt, if anything, is kind of like a do-it-all pistol in that it has no recoil at all, so you can beam someone all the way across the map with it, and it kills very quickly up close. Now, you know, some of the assault rifle players and also the sniper players are rather hoping that I imagine it stays in play, because as Spart does here, this is way back in November, gets a kill with the sniper rifle, and then, you know, pulls out the Ratt. The pistol, of course, very good, guns the last two guys with the Ratt, and gets the defuse as well. So that's the thing. If the Ratt goes, the sniper rifle becomes less powerful, as in, like, the sniper rifle is less viable, because, you know, you don't have as good of a sidearm as you do right now. So that makes the sniper very usable at the present time, because, if you get caught in a pickle, you can pull out the pistol. Now, to be honest, it's been a thing in Call of Duty for years that the pistol is just very good. I was thinking recently back to Black Ops 3 and the RK5, the fact that that weapon actually was, well, outside of the one-shot kill guns, the snipers, the shotguns, this type of stuff, the RK5 was the fastest killing weapon in the entire game at point-blank range. The 3-shot kill it did within the 3-round burst was absolutely undefeated, right? So that gun was ridiculous even back in the day. Like, you know, some of the pistols you used to have in Call of Duty Pass were just absurd. So this year's game, like, yeah, the pistols are good, but are they, like, that much better than pistols in previous games? I don't really know. These things don't tend to get GA'd, at least in previous games. Some of them do, like the 1911, like the 2-shot kills and stuff were pretty outrageous, but you know, still the Ratt seems to kind of comply with what we've generally been using the last few years. And also, as kind of Zima was saying in that clip as well, like you know, the auto pretty much has a do-it-all setup right now, and the auto players are probably relatively happy that at close range they can pull out a Ratt and maybe actually outgun an MP40 or something at point blank, which you know, of course the auto can still put up a fight in those situations, but like the auto doesn't have many bullets in it, right? Only 25 bullets. There are occasions even in the respawns where you need to pull out the Ratt and kind of get a kill close range against the MP40, and sometimes it can work. So that's the thing. If you J the Ratt, like, what do you put instead? Is there even another pistol that's worse than the Ratt that you could put in there? Maybe there is. But in my opinion, it actually adds quite a nice feature to the game, because yes, it's very strong, but at the same time, it does at least mean that we see other weapons be used, right? Because, like, yes, we do have the 2-weapon meta, it's pretty boring, but at least because the pistol's good, we do sometimes get to see the Ratt in action, get some nice kills with it, and some point-blank ranges, some, you know, some outguns can come through. So it's an interesting situation. Definitely intrigued to your perspective on this one in the comment section below. This just a talk from Doug Censor. He's been on the grind lately. He's coming for that #1 spot. Currently sitting now at #3 worldwide. Joe and Chain are certainly not safe. So he just overtook Jimbo to get the #3 spot on the ladder. So yeah, he's ramping all the way up there. Chain's still #1 by quite a wide margin. Almost 7,000 SR. That's going to be tough to top. So I think it's going to take Doug quite some time. But he's moving up the rankings quite quickly as of late. I believe he was 23 not all that long ago. So he's definitely absolutely frying. Wonder if Doug will be able to get all the way to #2 by this evening. There's also some talk from Doug Censor as well. Tactical sprinting and slide cancelling is the lamest in-game mechanics Call of Duty has ever had. Like, well, Sasha certainly seems to agree with this one in the replies. What do you guys think about this, right? Because there's definitely been some bad Call of Duty mechanics. My most frustrating, like, the mechanic I actually hate the most is the panic knife from back in the day, or just the fact that close range the knife will kill you in 1 bullet. Like, or one hit, I suppose, not 1 bullet. But, like, I really enjoyed when they changed it. I guess it was Black Ops 3 that first changed it, right? Where if you punch someone in the front, it doesn't kill them in 1 shot. Like, I think that was actually a massive change. It really frustrated me, especially in Advanced Warfare, when even, like, you could double jump above someone, and sometimes they'd punch you and it would still get to your hitbox. Like, that was so annoying to me. Like, tactical sprinting isn't great either. I think, honestly, that's probably stupid. Slide cancelling isn't so bad. In my opinion, I do think that having some degree of movement advantage that you can use in your favor is beneficial in game. I do remember back to the World War II days, the fact that the game was just so dull because there really wasn't anything you could do movement-wise. Like, you could throw some shoulders, maybe, but, like, you couldn't slide cancel. Like, it was a dolphin dive in that game. The only thing you really had at your disposal back in that game was effectively, like the punch dive you could do to get around corners a little bit further. That was pretty much the only thing you could do in World War II. Like, it was so dull. Whereas the jetpack games were very different because you didn't necessarily need the slide cancelling because you have the jetpacks and the movement and the wall runs and the dashes and all this that you could use to outplay people. So I think having some sort of movement skill gap is good. Now, you know, I don't think tactical sprint needs to be a part of that. I think that slide cancelling can have its place, but I think maybe on the professional level, it does get slightly too strong and also too abusable, right? When you know, Scump's talking about the fact that his hands, right, at the age of, you know, 26, 27, start getting a bit beaten up by slide cancelling absolutely everywhere, all across the stage, like, you know, when you're playing the game day in, day out, every single day. So it's an interesting one. Definitely intrigued to get a perspective on that one in the comment section below. Slasher certainly agrees that we like to, well, the games how they used to be, and maybe the jetpacks as well. And maybe one day we'll go back to the jetpack era. Speaking of jetpacks, thought this was kind of funny here from aBeZy. He at Octane in this tweet. This is at, well, a 250 to 24 hardpoint back in the Infinite Warfare days. This, you know, I guess was the team of, well, the FaZe team as it was at the time versus, well, Luminosity Gaming, I suppose this was. Octane, Classic, Saints, and Sacked. They get 30-point clubs. Pretty brutal stuff. Of course, that year it was actually Octane that won an event. They won Anaheim, right? Luminosity Gaming in that game, and aBeZy, well, as Octane says in the reply here, didn't even see a final. He actually did make one final at, I guess it was the Paris event, CWL Paris, held at ESWC. Even Nature replies here, though, buddy, posting screenshots of Infinite Warfare. This goes down horrendously. So a funny bit of back and forth, honestly, between these guys in the reply, because aBeZy says, yeah, I did reach a finals. In fairness, like, I guess they won an event at the PSX Invitational, if you guys remember that one. PlayStation Invitational, PlayStation Experience, I think it was called at the start of the year. They beat Orbit there in the grand finals, but that don't really count. Most people didn't really say they counted because some of the top teams weren't there. And Sasha says, since he had me, right, he had you on Seattle, we saw what happened there. And aBeZy was like, look, I didn't play Modern Warfare, baby. I don't know what you mean. There was no Modern Warfare season for aBeZy. Obviously, he did play that game, but he certainly would rather forget about it. But yeah, both of these guys basically saying, look, to Octane, you needed me to even make a grand finals. Which, of course, this year so far on Los Angeles Thieves and the last couple of years on Seattle Surge hasn't really worked out too well for Octane. But someone for whom this season has worked out pretty damn well for indeed is none other than Methods. The mid-season card season so far, of course, his Stage 2 card was ridiculous. Stage 1, honestly, Methods was pretty good. Nothing special, though, like nothing crazy. But yeah, this stage he's been out of control. He gets a +3 overall for being 4th on the ladder. And yeah, this is the overall card. So yes, positive all across the board. Definitely helped, though, by his Stage 2 performance, which has been absolutely dominant. But very much enjoyed to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on a like button. Tells you YouTube gods this is a good video. I just like you should see it as well. And I grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.